Hey guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast. I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2025, the album Dad AF. I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. Let's get right into this video today. I reviewed the Starbucks Friends-inspired Frappuccino over on my review channel today. Go check it out on my review channel. If you don't know, I have 5 channels. I upload on them almost every single day. At least 3 on 3 different channels every single day. So go check that out. I also have a vlog channel that I vlog up to like an hour and a half every single day. Some people say it's like a podcast. Anyway, I was not necessarily going to make this video unless something really exciting came out in this video that the Dolan Twins put out. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I think it was like a week ago, the Dolan Twins, they kind of teased out on Twitter, and the Dolan Twins are not typically somebody that I cover over here on my channel. I have to be really honest, I don't watch the Dolan Twins very often. I mean, I know who they are, I know who they're friends with and things like that, but unless they come up in drama, typically I think we know, like with the James Charles, being friends with him and things like that, I don't typically talk about them on my channel. And in all honesty, they really stay out of drama. They're not problematic whatsoever, and they're extremely family friendly on YouTube. So there's never really been a reason for me to address them on my channel. So when this came out last week on Twitter, they put out a tweet saying that they had filmed with Shane and that they were going to put this video out. And everybody was speculating on Twitter what this video was going to be about. And I think a lot of people were wondering if they were going to come out and talk about their friendship with James Charles and how they are no longer friends with James Charles, supposedly, allegedly, I don't know. And I think that's what people expected this to be. So I really did not believe that was going to be the case. And in fact, when this all came out in my video last week, I said I just really find it hard to believe that they try to stay really, you know, family friendly and that they're like family brand appropriate and things like that. And I just did not believe that they were going to come out and they were going to talk about James Charles, which they didn't. He wasn't mentioned in the video whatsoever, other than at one point Shane is mentioning some things and he talks about the Sister Squad. But other than that, James Charles is not mentioned in this video at all. So I was kind of wondering, if they're not going to talk about James Charles, what is this video going to be about, right? And I thought, okay, well maybe they're going to get on video with Shane and they're going to talk about their father's passing that happened earlier in the year. It's very, very sad. And I felt for both of them. I mean, they're 19 years old and they lost their father. I think that's incredibly tough, especially when you're a public figure. How do you deal with that in the public eye and things like that? And so I didn't, other than that, I thought, what's this video going to be about with Shane? So when I saw it come out today, people were tweeting about it, but they weren't saying what it was about. They were saying, you know, like this video with the Dolan Twins is crazy, blah, 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 whatever, like all this stuff that's coming out. And I was like, what are they talking about in this video? So I had to go in and watch all 1 hour and 6 minutes of this video. And this is the part where it comes on. This is the part where it comes on. This is the part where I said I wasn't going to make a video about this unless something came out. I felt really, really moved to make this video. And I want to say this, as a drama commentary channel, you know, I think that we often get hyped up about the negative that's going on out there, the gossip, the drama, and we want to talk about all that kind of stuff and the conspiracies and the conspiracy speculations and all that kind of stuff, right? But rarely do we bring attention when something really positive is going on, you know? And, you know, often people will say things to me like, will you please make a video about this? Will you please make a video about that? And if I don't make a video about something, there's probably a reason why, okay? It's just like, I just am not going to even go there, right? But often when there are really positive things going on, we don't mention it. We don't talk about it. You know, we don't talk about the accolades that YouTubers do. So I sat and I watched this video, all 1 hour and 6 minutes of it, and I went into it, and at the beginning of it, they're talking about how they don't want it to be like this, what do you call it? Well, they talk about their intro. This is the last time they're ever going to film the intro. You should go watch their video and then come back and watch this. I don't want to take away from what they said in the video. And the reason why is this video was so fantastic. I literally was crying at the end of this video. And this is from 2 people that I don't even watch. But I think their message was so important for whatever age you are, for whoever you are in your life, whatever you're going through. I think their message was really, really important. Having been somebody that lost a parent, you know, I related a lot to what they were saying in the video, and I lost my mother at 35. They lost their father at 19. And I thought it was such a relatable video that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do a video and I'm gonna make my commentary on this. So it goes in and they're sitting there and they're like, this is the last time we're ever gonna do our intro in this place. And then they go in and they start talking about that they have something that they want to talk about, but they don't want to talk about it together. They want to talk about it with somebody else. We already knew it was Shane because, you know, we had already seen the teaser that was going to come out. And I'm like, what are they going to talk about with Shane? And I honestly, going into this video, I thought they were going to say, like at the beginning of it, that they were going to split their channel and that they were going to, like Grayson was going to have one channel and, you know, Ethan was going to have his channel and that they were going to go their separate ways as being the Dolan Twins. I really thought that's what's going to happen. That was what was going to happen. Other people have done that in the past too, that started channels together and then they split up. Well, that's not what happens. The whole video is really about them sitting down and talking with Shane Dawson about the fact that they have been uploading once a week for 5 years and that they feel like they don't really have their personal life because they're so focused on uploading videos and things like that. Now, when I went into this, I have to tell you when I heard that, and the reason why I mentioned at the beginning that I upload videos so often is I thought to myself, you know, like, it's interesting to me when people often say things like, we feel like we're uploading a lot, and they're uploading once a week. Because to me, okay, that doesn't seem like a lot. But I don't edit my videos, right? I literally film my videos, I sit down, I cut off the beginning and the end, and I edit them together, I upload them. That's all it takes me to do. So really for me, the only amount of editing that it goes into or whatever is sitting down on video, and I typically am a one-take wonder. I mean, like, I just sit down, film it straight through, and that's it. Like, people ask me, they're like, how many times does it take you to film your videos? And I'm like, I sit down on video, I press record. Sometimes, like, if I don't get the intro right, I start it over a couple times, but other than that, I just go straight through. But when you watch their videos, and I've watched enough of their videos to know, I mean, I don't watch them regularly, but I've watched enough of their videos to know they're highly edited, right? And so it would take a long time. They're not like me, they're not doing what I do or whatever, and I've always kind of followed the trend. Like, people ask me why I don't edit. Well, when I got on YouTube, when I started watching YouTube, it was like Chris Crocker, and it was Glozell Green, and it was people like that. They didn't edit. They literally just turned on their camera and talked. And so I've always been really attracted to that kind of YouTuber, and that's why I've watched that. The highly edited videos, to me, even though I think they're fantastically done, I think Shane and Andrew do great editing in their videos, and I enjoy watching that. That would not be something that I would watch on like a daily basis. That would not be like the YouTuber that I would like watch to follow their life. Does that make sense? Like, I would not watch like a daily vlogger whose life was so highly edited. Like, that's just not interesting to me. When it comes to like a docu-series like Shane is doing, that's completely different. But if it was like a daily YouTuber, like that highly edited content is just not something that's real interesting to me, personally, right? So I understand why it takes them a long time. But then this video got into them talking about having to take care of their dad for, you know, the last year or two, and having to go back and forth between, you know, Los Angeles and New Jersey, and all this kind of stuff. And I thought to myself, I cannot imagine being 18 or 19 years old, okay, you know, about to lose a parent, having a parent that is terminally ill, and dealing with all of this, while also having to keep up this facade of smile, because they talk about not even wanting to travel, because if people see him in the airport, how would they put on a smile and all this kind of stuff? It was so heartbreaking to watch this, you know? And the thing is, you could just tell what really nice guys they are by doing all this. And they were talking about like how they want to keep their fans happy and they want to do this, and they're afraid that their fans aren't going to be happy if they're not uploading every week. And Shane gives them fantastic advice. He really, really does, you know? But at the end of the video, it was very endearing because they said, we don't know what to do going forward. You know, we like want to spend more time with our family. And Shane was like, well, why don't you film some of that, you know? Shane asked him, have you ever gotten on video and talked about having, you know, lost your father, what that was like for you? And they said no, because we don't like to show our emotions. We don't know how to do that. We don't even cry in front of each other. This whole idea of, I mean, if you watch my videos, y'all know I cry a lot, okay? I cry in my vlog, I cry everywhere in my videos. And I was somebody that when I was growing up, I didn't cry a lot. I think if you watch my videos, you would probably think I've been a huge crier my whole life, but I didn't. When my mom passed away, my mom passed away, and then like, I've been sober for 24 and a half years as of right now, but at the time I had been sober for 13 years. When she passed away, I got really numb. Like, I didn't know what to feel. I didn't know what I was going through. It just was so surreal. You can't really explain it to somebody unless they've lost a parent, what it feels like. that this person that's been with you your entire life is no longer there. You can't, and one of the hardest things, and they kind of touched on this a little bit, is that it's really, really difficult because you can't share your successes with them anymore. You can't call them up on the phone and tell them really great things that happened to you. And, you know, in the time that my mom's been gone, that's been one of the hardest things for me, is that I haven't been able, she's never even met my husband, you know? Like, I can't call her up and be like, oh my God, you know, this happened or that happened and whatever. And so it's got to be, and I was 35. You know, I got 35 years with my mom, not 19 like they did. And I just can't imagine how difficult that would be. And so they talked about being really stuck, and they talked about being really numb. And they were saying that they didn't really know what to do going forward. And one of the things that Shane suggested in there was that you have to allow your audience to grow with you, because you don't want to be like, you know, their audience is like 30 and then they're like, oh, we used to watch the Dolan Twins, and they're still doing the same kind of content. I think that has been one of the things that has really hurt YouTubers like Tyler Oakley, where they didn't allow their audience to grow with them. And now, you know, I watched a Tyler Oakley video the other day, and it's like he's getting high trying on wigs, and I'm like, well, you kind of went from this to this real quick. Like, I don't know that people know what to do with that, right, when you watch it. And I think that Shane is absolutely right, and I've said this a lot in my videos, that you have to allow your audience to grow with you. And I think that this would be such a fantastic time for them to show what they're going through, you know, to show going to visit with their family, to what extent their family wants to be on videos. But I was sitting there watching it, and I thought to myself, at the time that my mom passed away, and because one of them says at the end of it, I don't remember which one it was, but that they wanted to travel, like they wanted to start traveling. And I thought, you know, at the time that my mom passed away, I was so numb. I didn't know what I was feeling. Like I said, I had been sober for, you know, 13 years at the time, and I had no emotional sobriety whatsoever. And then I, you know, like I didn't go to meetings for 4 years. Thank God I didn't pick up. I don't know how. But 4 years later, I went back into the rooms of recovery. And when I did, that was when I started really, really feeling my emotions. That was when I really realized, you know, life is short, and you got better do something with your life now, because you don't know how long you're going to be here. This is not a dress rehearsal. You know, we have no idea how long we're going to be here on this planet. If there are things that you want to do them now. And so I'm sitting there and I'm watching their video, and I so related. And they even said that they felt numb, right? Which I think that's a part of grieving. Like, I talk a lot about this on my Peterisms channel, but that's a part of grieving that we really don't talk about, is being numb, right? That you don't even really know how to feel. And I thought, I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm thinking to myself, if I was their age and I had the resources that they have financially, right? And I could film from wherever in the world, I would travel. I would start going to see the world. I would experience it. I would show that. You know, if they want to travel, they should travel. They should start having all these life experiences. And, you know, and they've had some great experiences and living this life that they wanted to live, and they said that, you know. And at the very end of the video, they take down this studio that they've had for several years in their house, you know, and they took down the sign, and they got tattoos and whatever. And I don't know what it was at the very end of this video, but they sat down. They had a chair on the back patio overlooking the valley, and they sat down there, and each of them sat individually, okay? Now, as somebody that has watched YouTubers and somebody that thinks this way, you know, that was not just by accident. Like, they purposely sat down individually in each chair to show we are individual people that have individual emotions and things and feel separately about this. It was so poignant, the way that they talked at the end of it, and that they showed that they had notes on their phone, and they had like journaled down notes and things like that. It was so poignant about living your life and, you know, doing what makes you happy. This is such an important video on YouTube right now. It is such an important video, no matter what age you are. You know, Shane said in there, if you start doing some things that are different, right? You're not doing the challenges, you're not doing the things that are just gonna get, you know, tons and tons of views, and you don't think that way, you don't think about the views, and you don't think about the subscribers. And this is the thing, they have 10 million subscribers. People are gonna watch them no matter what they do, right? So if they're traveling around the world and they're showing that, doing travel vlogs, people are gonna watch that. You know, if they're showing like a day surfing, people are gonna watch that. People that love them are gonna watch them no matter what. And I think that your fans want you to take them along for the journey. They wanna see, you know, what you're doing in your life. That's what people wanna see. I don't even think that we live in a time today where people necessarily want to see the most pranky, funny video. I think people fall in love with the YouTuber and who they are as a person and their life, and then they want to go along with that journey with you. And if you take them on that journey, then I think that they will, you know, be along for the ride. Shane said in there, I think that what will happen is you might lose some of your younger audience that really just wants to see the, shits and giggles of it all, but you will gain a larger audience, an older audience, a more mature audience, as you're talking about going through this. There are a lot of young people out there that have lost parents. There are a lot of young people that have lost siblings and loved ones out there. This is such an important video because they talk about what it's like to go through that in the public eye. And I can't even imagine having gone through that at that time, where they're just like thinking about what's the next video we have to post because we have to come back and do this. We don't really know how to address what we're going through and what we're feeling. It was really, it was a real ass video. It just was a real ass video, and I so appreciated it. And on the heels of me making my video yesterday about Christine Seidelko, and I said in there that I wish that people that weren't gonna make videos on YouTube anymore would come back and they would sit on video and they would say, this is my last video. Like, I'm not gonna be making videos anymore. I so appreciated the fact that they got on video and said, this is what we're going through, and this is what, like it or not, like, this is what we're thinking inside, and this is what's been hard for us, I think one of the things that has to be tough, I got on YouTube when I was 40. I got on YouTube when I was 44, right? I mean, let's just be for real. There's not a lot of people that are getting on YouTube at 44, okay? They got on YouTube at 14, and they're almost 20 now. Like, their entire growing up experience was on YouTube, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, there's so much. Yes, they are very privileged. They have been given a lot in their life as a result of YouTube, but there's also a huge trade-off. There's so much that they missed out on by being these public figures. And I think that's one thing that we don't talk a lot, whether it's about movie stars or child stars or Disney stars or whoever, that what they trade off for that, I don't know. Would I give back my times driving around in a car with my best friends in high school, listening to music full blast and all that kind of stuff? Okay, my phone started ringing. See my wonderful editing skills? Anyway, I was saying, I don't know, looking back on my life, if I would be willing to trade in the times that I had with my friends. The driving around in cars, singing at the top of our lungs, just the stupid stuff, the passing of the notes. Yes, we passed notes when I was in high school. All of that stuff that, I think indirectly made me who I am today. I look back on my high school years and I look back on all of that, and I don't know that at the time I really realized. I mean, if you had asked me at the time, okay, you can be super famous and make a ton of money, or you can like hang out with your friends and have all this, I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, what I would do. Like, looking back on my life now, at 47, next year's my 30-year high school reunion. Looking back on that now, I'm not really sure I would. I'm not really sure that I would be willing to trade that off. And then the question, I guess, is, can you have it both? And I am a believer, right, that you can have it all. I truly, truly, truly do believe that. And I think that's what Shane was saying to them. Shane was saying, you can have YouTube and you can have these people that love you and you can make them happy, because they were so concerned with making their fans happy, which I just think is so endearing, right? When we live in a world where YouTubers, a lot of them, just seem like they don't really care about their fans. They say they do, but they don't really act like they do. And to see it come up that they didn't want to let their fans down, I thought was so endearing. And Shane's basically saying to them, you can have this life where you're on YouTube and you're making videos and whatever, but you can also have your personal life at the same time. And why not bring it all together and bring your fans along for the journey, I don't know. In the last couple years since doing YouTube, I've really learned that it's important for me in my life to have my priorities set straight. It's really important for me to know what is the most important in my life. And like I've always said, if you watch my videos, you know this, my sobriety comes first and foremost. But underneath there is my husband, my dogs, my best friend, my other friends, my family, my peace of mind and my serenity. All of that is just, it's not a luxury to me today. Those are things that I have to have in my life. And if I'm misguided and I put other things, above that, then I'm really missing out on what life is all about. I feel so incredibly blessed that on a daily basis, I'm able to make one video, let alone 5, that people want to watch, that people want to send me messages and emails and all of that. And that is all fantastic. And I think that, you know, any of us out there can have it all. I wake up every single day and I think about, what videos do I want to make today? What do I want to do? What do I want to say? And all that kind of stuff, right? And yet, at the end of the day, I get to go hang out with my friends. You know, my husband, that was him calling. He's on his way home, and I'm getting ready to go pick up my best friend, and we're going to our meeting tonight, and, you know, I got to make videos today. And that's my life. Whatever you are doing out there, you can have it all. You can make all of your dreams come true and still have the best possible personal life that you want, and hang out with your partner, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your friends, and watch TV and Netflix and do it all. You know, you can do it all. You can have, like, we only have one life. This is not a dress rehearsal. Make the most of it. So anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.